Crash Bandicoot 2. Cortex Strikes Back.
Hard mode. Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is Alex Cuff, this is Off the Cuff, and today we are back for another episode of Crash Bandicoot 2 Hard Mode. Today we're moving on to level 3, Hang 8, as well as basically trying to clear Warp Room 1. So let's do it. There we go. Now, the aim of this game, of level 3 at least, there's a second gem in level 3 which we're going to get first. And damn that water. Okay, that happened. But we have the first death of the run. For levels like this, where there's going to be very loud effects, I'm going to turn effects volume off altogether. That way I don't have to try and compete with anything. But, like I said, there is a second gem in this level, which we're going to be getting first. Also, in case you missed it, that was the first death of the run. Let's never speak of it again. Now, you may have noticed the clock. Well, that is the gem, basically. We have to beat the level before the timer ticks down. It is difficult, but not undoable. It is essentially time trial mode, which was introduced in Crash 3, before time trial mode was a thing. So I'm going to be trying to pull out all the stops to beat the level before the time runs out, including parkour action with my slide jumps. Oh damn. 27 seconds to beat the level now. Should be easily doable from here. I always get stressed out when the clock appears, even if it's very easy on paper. Because look at that, I beat it with 6 seconds to spare. But when you introduce a clock to anything, it always gets harder. And thankfully, I didn't have to compete with the water for the rest of that level. Really don't like that some sound effects just don't follow the sound effect rules. And I really hope we get this cutscene still. We don't. Back into Hang 8 to get the box gem, of which we can't die. So what Cortex essentially says there is 3 crystals. 3 crystals, not bad. And then he says he needs to conserve power, and we'll contact again after the 5th crystal. I will actually probably keep sound effects off for the rest of the run, which will mean no more cutscenes. So in case you missed that, I'm going to be keeping sound effects off for the rest of the run. And I initially wasn't going to do that, but knowing that a lot of levels seem to have sound effects which don't follow the sound effect volume from the options menu. That's the clincher. Oh my god. I almost just fell in the water. And a reminder, I'm going for the box gem, so now I cannot die. I've hit 2 checkpoints, and if I die, I'll have to reset the entire level. Which isn't too bad early on, but when we get to later levels, that's going to be a nightmare. Bonus round, again, death proof. The only thing I lose from losing a bonus round is my Aku Aku masks. Which, again, given that the Aku Aku invincibility music seems to disobey the rule of options menu music settings, doesn't really worry me too much. It is a little weird playing this game without sound effects, but I'll get over it. And now we have a terrifying part of the run, the blue gem path. This only becomes available once you get the blue gem from level 1. And it's got a lot of boxes throughout, meaning that until you get the blue gem from level 1, until you work out how to get that gem, you cannot get the box gem in this level. These colored gem opening thingies were also in the first game, but took on a much different method. They just let you access different parts of the same level without taking you off to a faraway location like this blue gem did. This part here is terrifying at the best of times. And I made it. And there's a lot of nitros on No, never mind. That's a later level. I was gonna say there's a lot of nitros on this path, but here Aku Aku masks help out a lot because I can not have too much concerns about whether or not I'm gonna fail and muck everything up. A bit of backtracking here to get these boxes which were filled in, and I didn't press X there for some reason. Oh, and I didn't hit that jump for some reason. Thank God I hit. Oh, nitros. Save the Aku Akus if I can, because that'll be very helpful later on. Kill all the nitros, and we'll be taken back exactly to where we were, thankfully. We won't have to do any backtracking outside of what we already did. Hard mode is actually stressing me out a lot more than I thought it was going to. A lot of what I'm going to be dealing with are simple platforming challenges, but adding the Crash 1 restrictions, it's just made it terrifying. Okay, once I listen to this episode back, if turning the sound effects off completely makes the music way too soft, I might bump the music volume up because I really like the music in this game. And that should be it, unless we happen to accidentally fall into the water on the end of this section. Boom! Box Gem, level 3 is complete. We've had 1 death so far. I might keep a death tally in the description. And now, of course, now that sound effects are off completely, and we can't hear cutscenes for whatever reason, I'm not going to worry about story too much. So here we go, the pits. Level 4. With only 1 gem. The first level with only 1 gem. So we won't have to worry about what else we need. It's just the box. It's just the boxes we have to break in order to beat this level. Oh, and the crystal. Now I'm talking louder because this Aku Aku music is for some reason, again, it's not abiding by the options rule. Maybe because Aku Aku is way too powerful to take advantage of those silly options. I just left a Wumpa Fruit behind. Maybe you'll remember its passing. And there's another Aku Aku mask. This level is full of them. In fact, those are the only 2. Which is why I'm always happy to have 2 Aku Aku masks going into this level, because I can breeze through the first section, no worries. Now this is what makes this level annoying. It has branching paths. You have to make your way through both paths in order to get the box gem. But what makes it worse than a typical level with branching paths, with boxes on either side, is that the crystal is on one of the paths. Meaning that, as a casual player, you can legitimately choose to take the right path, as in the path on the right, miss the crystal altogether, and basically waste your time, because not only will you've not gotten the box gem, but also not the crystal. Now we have gotten the crystal, and we're going to backtrack. The camera, while backtracking in this game, is a little weird. You may notice here, we can't really see what's coming up in front of us until we basically just get there. I'm not sure why that is, because there are levels in this game where you are solely running towards the camera, the boulders levels. This bit especially is terrifying because I know there are 2 pits here. Yeah, there are levels in this game where you are pretty much for the whole level running towards the camera. So it's not a limitation of the game. It's just some of the levels that have backtracking where they don't utilize that camera. I'm not sure why. Oh damn! I must have landed on top of that for some reason. Yeah, I'm not sure why that is, but except the way we can get it. If you slide those turtles with the spikes on their top, they become trampolines, just like the ones that you can jump on. Alright, we should be near the end of the second path. Here we go. Now back to the main level. We haven't died yet. We lost an Aku Aku, but after this level I don't care, because the final level of this warp room is one of those levels. Oh, thank God, I have never done that before. Is one of those levels where you can't take Aku Aku masks into it. I also believe, in fact, I'm pretty sure I'm right about this. This is the final level to have this aesthetic. This is the final level to have I could be wrong, but the final jungle daytime level. Yes, I'm pretty sure that's right. And saying that in that way kind of spoils what a later theme is going to be, but who cares? Oh, this bonus round has always frightened me, even since I knew what I was doing. But we do get 3 lives out of it. This is the part that's hard. I've died several times. Oh! Basically, anytime you have a pit, which is solely covered by crates, it terrifies me. Because one wrong jump, and you're dead. Oh, damn. And all that time and effort was wasted. Especially in hard mode. Oh god, there's a pit right there. Again, that happened last time I played through the game, and boom, we did it. Ah, thank god. And box gem, we did it. Level 4 done. Who am I kidding? I did it. Right, so now we have level 5. I believe it's called Crash Dash. Yes, it is. This is one of those levels I was talking about. It's a level where there's a boulder chasing you. I believe I will have to reset this level because I will die. And that may sound weird initially, but you will understand once I get specifically towards the end of the level. There is a particularly evil part at the end of the level, which makes it really terrifying, especially for a hard mode run. Alright, might not seem too bad initially, that was the first section of the level after all. But I am not quite used to this setup yet. The setup of this controller I have. I would much rather be using the analog stick, but for whatever reason, this version of the emulator doesn't let you use analog stick in Crash 2. And I'm not sure why, because Crash 2 definitely had analog support. Maybe it's because it's the PSN version, which didn't have analog support for whatever reason. I'm not entirely sure. But especially because my fingers are so big, if you hit 2 of the directional buttons which face the opposite direction, so up and down and left and right at the same time, Crash will stop moving. And that's not great when you have a boulder chasing you. Now we're at the bonus round, and I'm allowed to die here. I'm not going to try to though. No, leave the wumper fruit behind. I made a point of saying that in the last episode rather. And now you see why I hate the crate bridges. Look at these. I have to count now. Oh damn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4. There are some wumper fruit I can't help but leave behind, and that's what annoys me most about this. 9, 10. Boom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, thank God. Moment of silence for those 4 wumper fruit. Whenever there's a crate bridge of any kind, my heart just stops because I am terrified of them. Now we get introduced to the speed boost pads, and I think this is the last section of the level. Here we go. Oh dear. I can't afford to slow down in this section at all because of... Oh dear. Because of this. Oh no. Okay. Now, you know what? I'm going to die like a man. Here we go. There are boxes behind electrical pads, which means that you have to sort of backtrack a little bit and spin the boxes. And the reason I bring that up is because, like I said before, if you press opposing directions at the same time, Crash will stop moving. And frequently, I'll try and press up. I'll try and switch quickly from down to up in order to get the box, and I will still be pressing down. As such, I'll be pressing both buttons at the same time, and Crash will either stop moving, or I will completely misjudge how far I need to go upwards, back away from the camera, and like I did that last time, I will just miss the boxes altogether. It's also hard when you hit one of these mines here, which don't kill Crash, as you saw. They just slow you down a little bit. I was really hoping I wouldn't have to repeat this, but alas I am. Damn. If I fail that last section again, I'm gonna stop the level and start again in a new episode. Hopefully it won't come to that though. That technique I just did there, the slide spin, that is supposedly, I'm going to try and do this a bit in the next boulder section, that is the fastest Crash can move. It's the method that speedrunners use. And I think the way I'll try and... for God's sake again. No one for it left behind. There we go. Here we go again. Oh dear, no. Oh dear. So I've started bouncing on one box, which means it's probably going to break earlier than I expected. Oh, yeah, there we go. Seven, 8, 9, 10. Boom. Okay. Alright, here we go. I'm going to try and slide spin as much as I possibly can. But it's a little hard when you haven't had a lot of practice at it. Wow, I had exactly 0 on my through. Alright, let's try it. Not when there's mines around, of course. Oy. I really hate that I set these restrictions for myself. I really do. Alright, we'll stop here, and in the next episode we'll retry Crash Dash. I apologise if this takes the rest of the Let's Play, but thank you very much for watching. My name is Alex Cuff, this is Off the Cuff, and I will see you next time.